Hey guys, I want to start this video off by first of all apologizing for the poor quality. I'm very new at all this, and I kind of wanted to explain why I wanted to start a channel. It's not for monetization, it's not for clout or any of those other reasons. It's because of my love for the knife community. Not just for knives. These knives are inanimate objects that are really just tools. There's no reason to have a love affair with them like we do, but we do. Um, the reason I love knives is because of the community that has come along with it. Um, I've only been in the knife community for about a year and a half now, I guess, and have made some really good friendships. I feel like I have some friendships in this knife community that are stronger than friendships that I've made in person. And a fine example of one of those is, let's take for example this knife right here. This is a ProTech TR4 Auto. I purchased a ProTech TR4 Auto a couple of years ago, and I really loved the knife, but I didn't carry it, and I didn't keep it. I want to tell you why. Um, at one point in time in my life, I weighed 380 pounds. I was type 2 diabetic and didn't take care of myself and let that diabetes turn into diabetic neuropathy, which became severe and caused me to be in pain all the time. And it also caused me to lose a lot of dexterity in my hands. Because of that, as bad as I wanted this knife, as much as I was in love with this knife, I couldn't carry it because I didn't feel like I could control it. Upon deployment, I was honestly scared it was going to fly out of my hand and stab an 8-year-old in the eyeball. So I got rid of it. Um, then something happened. I started falling in love with Spyderco's. Swore I wasn't going to become a fanboy, and I did. You're going to see plenty of Spyderco videos in due time. But I was kind of jealous. I carried my Spydercos. I love the way they cut. I love their heat treats on their high-end steels. I love the variety of high-end steels. But I couldn't Spydie flick. It was literally either a slow roll or a two-hand open for me. And I set out to learn how to do that. It wasn't so much that the learning process was difficult. It was convincing my hands to do what my brain was telling them to do. I continued trying every day, and one day I got it. I actually Spydie flicked my PM2, and then I got where I could Spydie flick my Manix XL, and then my liner lock Spyderco military. And I know that seems like something to be that's silly to be proud of, but I was very proud of that. Now, I had actually posted about it in a couple of the lives that I had seen that Peter the Therapeutic Edge was at Blade Show, and the ProTech booth was displaying a TR4 button lock. And I wanted that knife. I wanted it really bad because even despite my neuropathy, I knew it was a knife that I could use and deploy and enjoy. And I did acquire one. I got it on the secondhand market. But I had commented a couple of times about how much I missed my TR4 Auto and almost regretted getting rid of it because I felt like I could now control that knife and enjoy it again. I hadn't had the money to buy another TR4 Auto at the time, but I was just commenting about how much I missed it and regretted getting rid of it. A fellow viewer happened to be paying attention to what I said. He knew that I'd had one. He knew that I'd loved it. He knew that I still currently had a ProTech SNG that I did carry because I didn't feel like I could control that knife either. And he was a big fan of the SNG, and we kind of poked back and forth at one another about it. And I was kind of showing off mine, and he acquired one. I was very proud of him, proud for him for being able to get a knife that he wanted that much. Well, a few weeks later, something happened. This thing showed up in my mailbox. I didn't order it. I didn't buy it. When I figured out who it was from and how it happened and why he did what he did, and that he paid attention to the ramblings of an old man and live YouTube video. It was very touching, to say the least. It made me very happy to receive this knife, but the sentiment behind it made me even happier. This is not the only knife I've received from the knife community, and I'll be covering all those, to be honest with you. I didn't set out to get anything for free from anyone, but I'll say this. In the knife community, be careful what you ask for. Even be careful of what you lust over, because you may end up with a debt you can't repay. Sorry about the shaky video, guys. I got to get a new table, I know. But anyway, this is an awesome knife, man. It's a 4-inch CPM D2 blade. A lot of people badmouth D2. I've owned a lot of D2. I don't have an issue with it. I've had one really bad knife in D2, and I'm not gonna pull any punches. It was a VDK Vesta, the worst heat-treated knife I've ever experienced. I literally ground 2 millimeters off the blade trying to get the burnt steel off of it. But anyway, back to this. The reason I have a problem with this knife in D2 is because I don't really consider this an everyday user. I don't care how many feet of cardboard it can cut. I don't care how many feet of rope it can cut. I don't care how long it's going to hold the razor sharp edge that it has right now. I know from experience from D2, it'll hold it plenty long enough for me. I'm not concerned about the corrosion resistance or any of that stuff because it is coated. But, you know, this is a fairly tactical knife. You know, some might call it a self-defense knife. And for that purpose, I believe it would excel. So I'm not worried about the blade steel. But I just want to do this video to kind of tell you guys about my experience with the knife community and how awesome these people are and how giving they are. And anyway, I'm going to wrap it up, guys, before I get too emotional about it. But I appreciate it. Thank you.